Okay, so when I was around 11 years old, my dad owns a business with my friend's dad. And then every year, my parents also surprised us with a trip somewhere around the world. For example, we went to Hawaii one year, but then this year, we decided to go to Palm Springs for a month. So we headed out to the airport that morning, woke up at like 5, packed all our stuff, got our shoes on, headed in the car for an hour drive to the Vancouver airport. Got there, got out of the car with my friends, headed in the airport, took our bags, weighed them, sent them off, and then we headed over to the security. So this is like my second time as an 11-year-old going through security. So I take off my backpack, take off my shoes, take off my headphones, toss them in the bucket. Just basically take my necklace off, put it on the cart, and then I head through the scanner. So there's one where you walk through, right, and there's one where you just have to stand up in. So the guy told me to go through that one. Put my hands up. They scanned it, right. I walked out. I heard a beep, and then I looked at the screen and it showed that there was like a scannage on my balls, like around that area, and then also one like on my right hip type thing. And then I checked my pocket, and of course there was a dime in my pocket. So I took it out, chucked it. But then the guy also had to ask my mom for consent for like patting me down. So my mom said, "Yeah, I guess." And so this is really awkward. My friends are watching. My first time getting pat down. There's this 30-year-old guy patting me down. Like, this is really awkward and embarrassing. But he starts patting me down at every like crevice in the body to make sure there's nothing there, right? Which of course I didn't. It was a dime. So then that happened. We were all giggling about it, laughing about it. It was awkward. I didn't like it. And then we drove off to our hotel. Um, and then we slept the night. And then we woke up around, I think, around 7. We headed off to a beach on the coastline. We're around a 4-hour drive from Palm Springs, 3-hour drive. And we went to the beach. We hung out there for a day. And I thought it was a good idea to put no sunscreen on. I thought I was dark enough, like I could not burn, right? And I would tan nicely. So, and then throughout the day, while playing in the waves, got out of the water, and like I felt really hot. Do you know how like you feel really hot when you're just in the sun for a long time? You just feel it on your body. And like my mom asked, like you're tanning quite a bit there, and you're burning up, eh? And I was like, I put sunscreen on, I'm fine. Like, which I did not put any sunscreen on. So then I headed back in the water, played. We got out. We headed back for the 4-hour drive back to the hotel. And that night I had a terrible heat stroke. I was not feeling good. I felt really warm everywhere. Could not sleep the whole night. This was really annoying. I couldn't. Yeah. And then in the morning I woke up. On my shoulders there was just huge sun blisters. It was like I just felt really hot still. Like I was burning up. Had a fever. But yeah, there was these huge sun blisters, and luckily my dad's business partner, his wife is a nurse, so they went to CVS, and they bought like bandages and like alcohol to put on sunburns, things like that. And then when they got back, so there was something here. They took bandages, went around my shoulders, both sides. My whole upper torso was full of bandages. And my friends were all walking, so this is also really awkward. First time for this. And then it's just the weirdest thing I've done, and it's the most painful thing. Well, I won't say most painful, but like, it's one up there. And then the next day we were going to SeaWorld. And you would go on these rides with the strap things on your shoulders, right, for like roller coasters and whatnot. And you could just feel it pushing down your sun blisters. But I was still trying to make the most out of this because like it was hurting, but I also wanted to have the time of my life here, like, because I knew I wasn't going to go there again, or not for a long time. So I tried to make the most out of it, still had fun with my friends, and the next day we went to SeaWorld. We got to see whales, we got to see dolphins, sharks, fish, and all that stuff. Still felt hot, just lightheaded all day long, but just try to make the most out of it and have a fun time. Cause like how many trips will you be able to go on with your parents? Like not many. So then after the whole trip, at the end we headed back to the airport. Um, I put my stuff on the for security. I put my stuff on the track, took my backpack off, my shoes, and then went through security again. I put my hands up. It's like, don't happen again. Do not happen again. Of course, it beeps. Check my pocket. The same dime is in my back pocket. Because I checked my front pockets before I went through security, but it was in my back pocket. And they checked me again. I just let it happen at that point. Like, so awkward. My friends were laughing their heads off because it was happening again. But yeah, it was all a blast, but also a painful experience. But had the time of my life. But yeah, thank you for listening.